Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another FGO roll video. Today we are going to be rolling for Tamamo Vitch. I don't know if I will have uploaded the videos or not because there's not any commentary and nothing really prolific happens, but I have rolled for her. I rolled about 300 quartz on camera, and then I farmed the main quest that I hadn't done yet and a bunch of free quests. TLDR, I've rolled for... I've used approximately 500 Saint Quartz at this point, maybe a little more. And still no luck, unfortunately. So we have wailed a little bit. Quite unfortunate. These Saint Quartz you see on the account, those are actually our NA rolls we were supposed to do this week, but I would much rather us get Vitch on this account, so I don't feel too bad about it. Well, let's start off with our daily... quote-unquote free roll. It's not really free, but 1 Saint Quartz is pretty reasonable. But yeah, we are, it's getting pretty ridiculous. Again, you may or may not have seen it, because I don't know if I will upload the video or not, because nothing happens. But I get spooked twice by a freaking 4-star assassin, and it's the same 4-star assassin both times. And it was so sad the second time it happened, actually. Because the first time it happened, it was reasonably early. And I was like, you know, this could be a spook. Don't get your expectations too high. Second time it happened, I was so happy when I saw the gold assassin card. I felt so sure it was her. I was like, I've done it. I've grinded story literally for like 12 hours straight. I can stop now. Not the case. Same exact 4-star assassin. Spooked me again. So, yeah, this game's trolling me a little bit. But yeah, well, I'm cutting it close here. Let's see. I believe her solo rate up ends in like less than an hour. So yeah. It will be back, but it's not going to be back for like another 10 days or so. So it's going to be a little while. I don't know if I'm willing to whale anymore past what I've whaled right now, because I really didn't want to whale this amount. Police spark, just okay. But yeah, I really didn't even want to spend this amount on it, so I don't know. I might just end up waiting till her next solo raid up again. But, I mean, the good news is I have 4 copies of the current craft essence, or the craft essence on this banner, I guess is a better way of putting it. Which is nice, because we can get that 5th copy and then max limit break it, and it's a really good craft essence. What does it do exactly again? I'm trying to remember. I believe it's MP damage up, crit damage up, and then like 60% starting MP charge. No, wait, I think I got it wrong. I think it's Buster up, crit damage up, and then 60% starting MP charge. There might be another effect on top of that, I can't remember. But regardless, it's a really good CE, especially for someone like me who didn't make their JP account like 4 years ago. I don't have really any of the good budget buster CEs on this account. So it's very convenient that we got a somebody that's kind of reviving the buster meta a little bit, and on top of that, they released a new CE that kind of complements that very well. Because a lot of servants that have batteries can utilize that pretty well, especially 50% batteries. Speaking of which, I went over all my servants on my account, on the JP account at least, and I realized I have like nobody I can loop with Vitch, unfortunately. My NA account is gonna love Vitch because my NA account has so many good buster servants, especially AoE buster servants. But my JP account doesn't really have any. At first I got excited because I was like, oh, I think King Protea can loop. But I think she would have to gain a stack of huge growth the turn you activate that skill for that to work, which she doesn't. She doesn't get it till the end of the turn. So she effectively only has a 40% MP battery, where she would need a 50% MP battery to loop, which is a little unfortunate. I have Ibuki who can do it, but from what I've seen, the damage numbers on Ibuki are pretty bad. So I don't really want to rely on using Ibuki. But I mean, either way, I mean, this is exciting. I had a feeling they were going to do something to kind of breathe new life into the Buster meta. This isn't what I thought they were going to do at all. I never in a million years thought Vitch was going to be like a support type unit. When I heard the rumors, or not the rumors, but like the guesses that people were having that like, oh, maybe it's Vitch. I was like, you know, it could be Vitch. And then my immediate assumption was like, but I don't really want another DPS right now. Which, I mean, like, she can do DPS, but she's a support for the most part. I really wanted to get her at a high MP level because I was like, oh, maybe I can just loop with Vitch. But I've seen her damage, and even when she has the buffs from 2 Vitches, it's really not that substantial. It's good if there's a certain servant you want a 3-turn farm with that can only really do it in 2 turns, and maybe like the first wave has like really, really trash mobs, but she's really not going to do that much damage. At least from what I've observed. Also, what are these rolls? Like, come on. You have cucked me on over 500 St. Courts so far. Please do not literally give me nothing here. This is reaching like comma level territories. Vitch, do you want the comma treatment? You know what's happening in the comma right now? Currently, we have comma and timeout. Do you want to go in timeout zone? It means you get to go in the basement, you stay there for a year, and we feed you nothing but Diet Coke. Do you want to drink nothing but Diet Coke for a year, Vitch? I don't think you do. Your little fuzzy ass better show up. Speaking of which, I'm really excited about this, actually. There was like a rant video I wrote out. I haven't really had a chance to record that would have coincided very well with Vitch being released, actually. I made a video talking about Tamamo, because a lot of people probably wouldn't guess this because I don't really talk about her at all, but she used to be my favorite servant. Because my first exposure to Fate as a franchise was actually Fate Extra. And my first servant in Fate Extra was Tamamo. So by proxy, Tamamo is the very first servant I really had any kind of like, I guess, connection to. So I actually really love Tamamo. My problem is I love Fate Extra Tamamo. Her character in Fate Extra differs drastically from what it is in, like, I guess contemporary Tamamo. So it's like a combination of Fate Extella and FGO Tamamo. Because, I don't know, it was a much more, I probably won't, I'm not going to go too much into it because I think I still might release that video. But my point being is Tamamo Vitch actually is a lot closer to original Tamamo than actual Tamamo is, which is why I like Vitch so much. Original Tamamo wasn't malicious to the extent Vitch is, but... Was that double-sided? Okay, I thought it was double-sided for some reason, sorry. But it's just her personality was a lot similar. Like, she was sweet, but you kind of felt like it was a double-edged sword kind of deal. Like, you didn't trust her not to stab you in the back at any given moment, which is one of the things I liked about OG Tamamo. That and those like elevator scenes, I've only played through the Fate Extra with Tamamo, so maybe all the servants do it, but from my perspective, just based on the elevator scenes, Tamamo has a pretty sharp tongue to begin with. But as of late, they've turned Tamamo into a bit of a meme. I remember it was like, oh, there's the last copy of that craft house since I need awesome. Please give me Vitch now. Tamamo, what was it? In Fate Umbral Star, she was, it was like a gradual change. She was slightly different in that game, but it was still to the extent that I felt like it was the same character for the most part. I just felt like, you know, slight personality change, but I can deal with it. It was kind of like they turned up her, like, her caring side and her kind of, like, more ill-natured side. They turned both of those up to 11, which, if I ever release that video I was talking about, I will explain why that's kind of a big deal, but overall, it's like they didn't change her personality that much. But then we get to like Extella Link, and I remember the exact quote. It was pretty early on. She said something to the effect of like, "Oh, I'm Tama mortified" or something, and I was just like, this is not the same character anymore. I could never imagine OG Tamamo. Oh, fuck you. At least that wasn't a 5-star. God, I was like, please don't pull a mist on me and give me a Anastasia. But OG Tamamo would never say something like that. Can I have my Vitch, please? Like, I'm exhausted. Like, it's not only that at this point I have now spent money on you, it's just, I'm actually just exhausted from farming for you. Like, I spent 2 whole days, like, no exaggeration, farming Saint Quartz to no avail. Please. I had some delusions that I was going to get MP levels on you. That was a very funny joke on my part. I apologize for making it. I will not take my luck in FGO for granted again. So please just give me a single copy. It's not too late. If you show up in these Saint Quartz, I will not feed you Diet Coke, I promise. I will even give you, I've only had cats. I'm not really sure what fox is like. I'll give you a litter box if that's your thing. We can give you a little litter box in the corner of Chaldea. Put some baking soda in it for you. Not sure if you'll like it, but I mean, I know my cat likes it, so. Literally, my cat, whenever I'm fixing a new litter box, wherever she is in the house, she will run to the litter box and have her eyes, like, fixated on the litter box, like a freaking, like, she's a crack addict, and I am currently, like, sorting crack on the table or something. I presume Tamamo is a bit more of a classy lady, but I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. I mean, when you have a giant mecha suit, it's really, it's not so much that I'm not going to judge, it's more of I don't have the liberty to judge at that point. Okay, we're gonna skip, because I'm getting tired, and I just, please. No! No! I just want 1 copy. I would like 2. I'm not even gonna say I want 2 copies. Just give me 1 copy. Just give me 1 copy, please. I've suffered enough. We are now at like 650 Saint Quartz. If I buy another pack and still do not get her, we are in the 800 Saint Quartz category. I do not want to enter the 800 Saint Quartz category for another freaking servant. Please. I'm gonna be honest, if I didn't have that like aforementioned connection to OG Tamamo that I have, I would have said fuck it by now. So the reason I'm still rolling is a combination of I really want her just as a servant, but also like meta. She is right there at the point where she is relevant to both of those things, which is making me want to roll more. Fuck it, I'll be right back. Okay, Tamamo. I will still let you eat Pepsi or drink Pepsi. You don't have to drink Diet Coke. Just come home. If you make me have to wail for you again on your next raid up, you will be drinking Diet Coke for the rest of your life. And on top of that, while you're in the timeout room, the only thing we will be giving you is a original Xbox and Madden 05. So if you do not want to be sitting in a dark basement somewhere with nothing but Diet Coke and a really shitty football game that is also from 2005, I fucking suggest your little furry ass get over here. because there's nothing else on this banner for me. I max limit broke the craft essence. I'm done with that. I just, there's nothing else to be gained from these rolls except for you. Get your little furry ass here, please, for the love of all things holy. Please just be her. Fuck yes! Yes! Oh yeah, let's go. Oh boy, I could roll for MP2 now, but based on rumors I've heard about Oberon, I'm worried he's gonna come out on, like 2 days from now. Actually, tomorrow, now that I think about it. So I will actually save these Saint Courts since I have them. And we will use those for, Oberon, if he does indeed come out tomorrow. I can't think of anything else that could come out that I would potentially roll for. I forgot who the med face servant is supposed to be, but I suppose if she came out and she were fairly alright, I would maybe roll for her. Kazura drop, I would definitely roll for, but I don't have any reason to believe she's gonna show up, so I'm not banking on that. Oh, thank you. Thank you for showing up at the beginning of the rolls, boy. I didn't necessarily mind buying another pack. My worry was I was like, if I buy another pack, she's not gonna show up. Like, there's just something in the back of my mind. I was like, if you buy another pack, it's gonna become a case of. I don't know if I've had the volume on this entire time, by the way. If I haven't, I profusely apologize. I think I might have turned it off for farming. I don't know, I'm weird. Sometimes I turn off the volume, and sometimes I just turn off the volume on my phone. It depends on if I'm watching YouTube on my other phone, or if I'm watching YouTube, like, minimized on the screen of this phone. Well, should be expected. The ultimate catalyst for, I guess any Tamamo really is money. Ah, that hurts though. There goes any hope of NA rolls. But I mean, it's like, I don't know. I'm more interested in getting new servants on my JP account. I actually feel like my NA account's in a really good place. It's missing a good Castoria farmer, but like I have another year to worry about that, and I have, especially with the new meta changes. It's Vitch in particular that has made me realize that my NA account is in such a good place because of all the like good buster servants I have on that account. So when it comes to rolling for things on NA, like I really want I think I'm gonna roll for the Lion King if I roll for anything this summer. And then I think I want to roll for Super Orion. And then I think I'm done until Yang for the most part on NA. I want to get at least MP2 Yang, potentially more, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's not too much on NA right now I'm really stressing about. That being said, they could release something on Thanksgiving that completely changes my mind. That's always a wild card for NA. But either way, I'm not gonna delay the end of this video anymore. We got Vitch. Super happy I got Vitch. Thank all the gods. Thank Ishtar. Thank Kama. Thank all of them. But yeah, potentially might be back tomorrow, depending on if a banner drops and what the banner is. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Later.